Remember when you go uni and you got to do that clearing?
I know that, but who,
someone said Michelle went to Destiny Child through clearing.
Yeah, that's disrespect. That might be low-key true, though.
Yo, fam.
No, that's the intro.
Because I think they were like auditioning some people, so that might be low-key
I'm
true.
not gonna lie, heard through clearing, fam. You mad, fam.
Yo, let's start this
And
thing,
an
man. I
intro
beg.
Shout out to Michelle, like, banner aside. Shout out to Michelle, man. If someone can
This
name
disrespect might be worse than the one you showed.
if someone can name a
Marsha.
Michelle song right now, give you £20.
What? What'd you say?
If someone can name a Michelle song right now, I'll give you £20.
I can't help you, fam.
What's the name? What's it called?
She's a gospel singer, though, isn't it?
Is your gospel singer?
Yeah.
That don't count.
Swear.
That don't count.
She not Mary Mary.
Yeah, you know what, Mary.
She not Mary Mary.
No. She can't read what. No.
She,
Listen,
I mean,
yo,
look,
Her own songs. Her own songs.
she not like LeBron James.
Her own songs.
Gospel,
Not
fam.
reworks of classics.
hey, man.
She not Mary Mary, fam.
Yeah, you feel me? I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you.
Like, I'm a Muslim, fam. That, if I know you, yeah, and that's when you're a superstar, because I'm Muslim. Shout out to Kirk Franklin, man.
Yeah, shout out to Kirk Franklin. I think he's had some...
Why are we shouting out Kirk Franklin? What's up, world? Welcome to episode 8 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. It's me, Yemi, with Mo and Peter. Gentlemen, how we doing today?
Doing good.
I'm cool, bruv.
You all good?
Yeah, man, we're all good. We're all good.
Good. We're having a nice drink.
Yeah.
Talking about a lot of stuff in pre-production that we've finally composed ourselves to now start recording. I don't know how we got from like Mary to flipping
Michelle.
UCAS to Michelle Williams
Kirk Franklin.
to Kirk Franklin
TD Jakes.
to the Fighting Temptations. We just have a lot of flagrant conversations, it seems.
Little Zane.
Little Zane too. I never want to hear you man rap a Little Zane verse in unison, like ever.
We'll
But
pick that song next week.
no, never that. That's all good. How we doing, guys, though? How's your week's been?
I'm chilling, man. I'm easy.
Easy.
Yeah, fam. It was Eid week on.
Oh, yes.
Celebrated Eid when Dave Chappelle. So like,
How's Dave Chappelle?
flagrant.
Flagrant.
Like the most disrespectful comedian I've ever seen.
What did you get up to?
I'm not gonna say.
You never say.
I'm not gonna say.
That disrespectful.
I don't want to upset them.
I feel you, man.
I'm not upsetting them.
We need everyone.
I'm not upsetting them. I'm not doing it.
Them,
we need
yeah.
them all.
I'm not upsetting them.
Them.
Listen, fam, if you know who they are, you know who they are.
The,
innit?
Hey,
community,
man.
the community.
Shout out to them, innit?
Shout out to them.
Shout out to everyone, man.
Yes.
Good save.
Peter, how was your week?
My week's cool, man. Work's been all right. Went to see SMF perform at Amira, I think the name of the venue was.
Who's SMF?
A young London group. They've been hustling and grinding for some time now, man. Shout out Q, shout out Steph. They've been doing their thing, man. So yeah, that performance was live, a lot of energy. London crowds are stush as fuck, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stush as fuck.
What happened?
They killed it. And a lot of people were going crazy, but you still had like a lot of people just chilling. Like you pay to see these men perform.
And they were,
Why are you just
They
chilling?
were just really
Yeah, they were just like chilling, bro. They were just like they were too cool to move.
That's
And
UK.
I've noticed that a lot.
That's UK.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot, man.
Yeah. Audiences like that, they never really want to let themselves go because they're too image driven.
I don't know why though.
They just want to pose for the gram, let people know that they were there,
That's it.
floss a little bit.
That's
Not
another
really.
thing though, man. Like everyone had their phones out there. Rarely did you see someone just enjoying what was happening in front of them. Like they felt the need to record what was happening. It's different if like you've got a relationship with the artist, like your friends or whatever. You might just want to capture it and post on the socials as a form of support in that. But I've just noticed that we are in a time where you have to have your phone out. You have to like document what's going on in front of you rather than just being in the moment. And it's been like that for some time. So I noticed that a lot.
Well, people prefer to relive the moments and look at it on their phone afterwards than actually be in the moment themselves. That's just the way it is. I don't know when that shift was made, but yeah, man, it just means that there's less of an atmosphere at these shows because people are too busy like on the side on their phones or just on their phones in the front and not really interacting with the live acts as well. And I understand that from the live acts perspective, it could be a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. You can't force people to change.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But nonetheless, though, man, it was a dope evening. Great show. So shout out to SMF. Keep grinding. Yeah, just keep working, man.
Feel you.
How was your week?
It was good,
I
man.
saw you were waiting for me to ask that as well, innit?
Yeah, I was.
Feel you.
Thank you very much.
How was your week?
No, you're too late. My week was good, man. It's been busy I also went with Peter to see SMF.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was supposed to act like we went together.
Yes,
Why wouldn't you?
It was a pod.
I don't know, man. You might just
Bro,
I don't know, man.
this guy. It was a pod work trip minus. Well, it wasn't really a work
pod
trip.
work trip?
It was a pod trip. It was a pod trip minus Mo. Two-thirds of us, and yeah, man, just want to show our support. It was a good show. The support acts were good. SMF killed it, and yeah, man, there was a very excitable girl there, and that's what I'll say.
I feel you.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
That one.
The one that shall not be named.
The one that shall not be named and shall not be described either.
Yes.
But from the Caucasus
We
Mountains.
don't need to give her too much time. You know what I mean?
The one from the Caucasus Mountains.
We do not want to offend any political
double check
connects, and Mo,
Well, he
please,
did.
I beg.
He did. He did it anyway, but it's fine.
I'll behave. Sorry, guys.
Caucasus Mountains.
Caucasus Mountains.
It's lit. It's lit.
Oh, yeah, this guy did shit.
It's very lit. It's very lit. But anyway, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And a couple of days before, I went to see Tierra Whack at Village Underground, which was really good. It was maybe 45, 50 minutes. But it was really interactive. She was feeding the crowd fruit. And fruit. Yeah, she handed out bananas and grapes and
she's
strawberries. Yeah, she's cool, man. And they were playing games. She was playing games on stage. She got people on stage to spin around, and then she was wearing a gown full of letters, just had letters all over it. And basically, she wanted the people playing games to get a pen and just mark out a word on her gown. So she played that a couple of times. As we were leaving, there was a man with boxes of chips. So that was cool. Very good. And when we walked in, we had a hip hop crossword that we had to fill out that they were just handing out to us. So I spent most of the time doing that.
You bodied that, right?
Because I'm a bit of a neek. But,
You done well on that, though.
You
bodied it.
I did it.
Word God.
I completed
bodied it,
I
fam.
completed it. It took a while. It took a while, but I did it. Yeah,
Anyone
man.
else do well? Or was it just you?
I think I was the only one, really. Because everyone else was too preoccupied on Tierra.
Feel you.
But, it's the first time I've done a crossword in ages. But, yeah, other than that.
Wait, during the show you was doing a crossword?
Before, during, and after.
That's a bit rude.
No, it was during.
No,
it
don't recover it
it
now.
was during breaks, innit? It was during breaks. But I will say though, because I forgot that she had this a 15-minute album, and the 15-minute album is basically 15 songs that are a minute long.
Yeah.
So every time I tried to get into a song, I remembered it was a minute long and it was done. So that got a bit annoying, but overall it was a good show.
Fair enough.
That seems to be a theme these days, though, isn't it? A lot of musicians are dropping these songs that are 1 minute, 2 minute long. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
I get it because of the time we're in, the attention spans all over the place, but
it's also.
I'm an album guy, man. I like them 3 minute, 4 minute songs in it. So them 2 minute,
Oh,
1
do
minute.
you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Them you're a bastard. Those 2 minute, 1 minute songs. I don't know, man. I get it, but I don't know.
But we live in a time where it's more economically viable to an artist to make a shorter song because of the attention span things and stuff like that. So it is more viable to them because the music that they make that is shorter, you're probably going to get more streams off that, especially if it's catchy. So that gets your streams up, gets your money up. And I know artists are strategically making songs like that. So it's sad, but that's the world we live in, basically.
Unfortunately.
Yep. But enough about our weeks. Let's get into some content. So, first topic we got. I need to look it up.
Yeah, that was a dead segue.
The first, it wasn't it?
Relax.
Such a crap segue.
Relax.
And you've done so well thus far, man.
Yeah, but
both of you actually. Both your segue games are strong. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You started on that segue.
Cool. Fair enough.
The episode. I mean, the segment or the whatever we want to call it is Absol the black sheep of Black Hippy?
Black sheep of Black Hippy. Man like Absol.
Yeah, man. So we just want to critically look at his career, man, and his position within Black Hippy and his position within the game at the moment.
Well, I mean, in doing a little bit of research for this, I saw that he was featured in a new song that came out yesterday or the day before.
I saw that today as well.
With Kembe X and a couple other people. And I was like, I didn't listen to it, but I haven't heard him on a record in probably since his last album. That was 2016. So for me, Absol is he's like an alien. He's such a good rapper. And when he first came out, his music was very dense. It's very coded. very super duper lyrical. A lot of it would have gone over people's heads. A lot of people wouldn't have wanted to digest that, especially when you had his Black Hippy label mates who were making more digestible music that like, were hits and they banged. So I guess in that respect, he was kind of like the more lyrical, spiritual aspect of TDE, and still is. But there's just been a lot of things in his life that have either just like messed up his trajectory or maybe just made him fall out of love with the idea of like putting out constant music because he's been through a lot.
Like what? What do you feel like has stopped his trajectory?
Well, a few things. I think I have heard maybe like a year after, or maybe even in making his last album, he basically was angry with TDE because I think he felt like they were like not really prioritizing him or something like that. Like he felt disillusioned with them, and there were rumors that he had left, but obviously it turned out to be all good. So maybe there's politics in that front. Obviously, he's had to deal with a lot of personal stuff while his career has been on the rise, especially around like 2012 times. On Control System, an album, mixtape or album that he dropped then that is still like an amazing body of work. He talks about his girlfriend at the time who committed suicide, and I know that took a massive toll on him. I mean, he was still putting out stuff, but you could tell that he wasn't really in it. His heart wasn't really in it because his album after that, I think it's called These Days. It was an effort to be commercial, but it didn't work.
I felt that as well.
He sounded kind of bored throughout the album as well. Like this wasn't really what he wanted to do. So I just feel like he's had to deal with a lot of madness that has come his way, whilst also trying to hold down having a music career. And like day to day, like he suffers with I think it's called Johnson syndrome, that's why he's always wearing like glasses and stuff. So he's got massive eye problems. So there's just been a lot of things really.
Absol's it's a difficult case, man, because like, as you said, man, he's probably he might be the best rapper, the best pure rapper in TDE.
I agree with that.
I hear what you're saying as far as the personal issues that might have derailed him, but what if it's nothing to do with that? What if the album after Control System, what if he was just trying to be experimental and it just didn't work? And then what if the album after that was an attempt to recapture something he already done, but he just missed the mark? Because that's what I'm getting from him. Obviously, I don't want to completely dismiss the personal issues that he had gone through, but I don't know, man. Just from listening to those albums, I just feel as though creatively he was just missing the mark.
Do you think
I feel like he was a bit lost.
Do you think he missed the mark with the last album?
Yeah, for sure.
In trying to get back to that?
Yeah, I felt like he was trying to go back to what he was doing on Control System.
You didn't like his last album?
It was okay. It was a bit boring, but it was okay. It wasn't Control System though. Control System is still
That's his best.
heights. And Long Term Mentality, I think, was the name of his first one. That was dope as well. And that was where like I had to go back to that after I listened to Control System. I was like, wow, this guy's got a lot of potential and he's nice. But I don't know how much of it is down to the personal stuff. Obviously, as an artist, you are affected by what goes on in your real life. But
what do you think?
And I don't want to be horrible, but do you think that could just be a cop out though? Us saying that?
No, we will never know though.
In some ways, yes, but in some ways, no, because we will never know. But we obviously can't act like those sort of things don't affect someone. Now, I agree with you with him trying to test something on These Days, trying to be more commercial, but it not really working, and then trying to reclaim former glories. But generally, I don't know, it's just like he's kind of been meandering for so long, and I don't know if he knows where his lane is.
That's it. I think he's very confused.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning, I felt like he was maybe going in a direction that Kendrick was. And then along the way, I think he started seeing the success that a Schoolboy was having. And I think he maybe tried to dip into that lane as well. And I think he was getting caught between the two. And I don't think he knew which lane he wanted to be a part of.
I think it's the pressure of the other team members.
I mean, shit.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you look around, Scissor's where she is. You've got things.
Shout out Scissor.
Schoolboy. They obviously got Kendrick. So like,
Any chance to shout out Scissor?
Shout out, sir.
He's Peter, innit? But like,
yeah, but
when you look at everyone else, And then he was the one that was meant, because with 2011, 2012, he was the one that I think was looked at as next up. You know what I mean?
Amongst
And
us, like, sorry to cut you off. We thought he was going to be the one.
When he had long-term mentality and all of that, you
Yeah.
looked at him like, yo, you're
And I remember like,
coming.
Yeah.
And then it seems that Schoolboy Q's surpassed him. J-Rock surpassed him. Kendrick is obviously Kendrick. So then, if he's got mental problems in terms of he's in his own mind as well, that's going to play a massive factor just outside looking in. It's like you've already gone through your own problems and it's like, shit, look at everyone else.
there was a time when anything TDE related, I always look forward to Absol first. So I
agree.
distinctly remember the BET cipher. Couldn't wait to hear Absol. And even for a little bit, I thought maybe he had the best one, even though Kendrick clearly had the best one.
Don't know if he did.
No, yo, stop it. Stop it.
Who did that?
Absol.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yo, Kendrick.
It was.
Yo, Kendrick bodied that, bro.
It wasn't
No,
long.
I'm not saying he did it, but I think Absol edged it.
I don't know if it was long enough for me. But then Kendrick's was extra long. But even then, like Isaiah Rashad's was longer than Absol's, I feel.
So Aftermath, get
I
less
think
laugh.
within that, in what Absol did though, it was enough for me.
So that filled you with even more hype about Absol.
Yeah, man.
Essentially. And that was like after Control System. That was like Control Verse era, right? I want to
Yeah,
say.
because he
Yeah.
dropped, because he said Aftermath, get dead last. Yeah, it was roughly all about the same time when he was just going after the whole world.
Yes.
When Kendrick was going after the whole world.
So even then, even after Kendrick did that, we were still looking for us as heads were looking more forward to Absol, which says a lot about how much of a pedestal we put him on because he was so sick.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's ever really been able to realize that hype in a way that we would want him to. But with TDE is like a machine, and everyone has to play their role. Kendrick is obviously a breakout star. J-Rock is the foundation, who has now got a Grammy, and he's now a mainstream success. Schoolboy, he kind of gives you everything. Absol is way over there on the left of field. Isaiah Rashad is kind of in between the left field and everything else, and Scissor's like all round. Everyone has to play their role. So I'm not sure if Absol is really built for the mainstream success that everybody else has because of what he talks about. And we've clearly seen that when he tries to be mainstream, it doesn't really work like that because you can't talk to me about a third eye and then talk about getting 100 stacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Kendrick does it.
Nah.
I know, and I'm not saying he's Kendrick, but Absol's got that potential to make the music he wants to make and it still go. I feel like that's what Kendrick does. Kendrick makes the music he wants to make and it's gone. Like Swimming Pool is Kendrick. Like it's a Kendrick tune. If you listen to like the content gets you get lost with that, with like, you know, the instrumentation and that, but that's what Kendrick makes. That's what he would make. He's not trying to do anything. He's just doing what he does. I think Absol has the potential to do the same thing, but I don't know if he knows that. I think he's still chasing something rather than just doing what he does and letting the world catch on.
I don't even know if he's trying to chase that though, because personally, an Absol doing something like a Swimming Pools, I don't know, man. It's just because he doubled down on the pineal gland stuff, the third eye stuff so hard. Maybe he's boxed himself into something where it's not. Why are you laughing, though?
I don't know, man.
Maybe he's boxed himself.
No, because it's mad when you say it like that. You know, like who's gonna blow off
man.
talking about the pineal gland? So I
saying.
feel you.
I'm
You
saying,
think it's done for him, though?
No way. No way. He's still capable of making amazing music. Like one of my favorite.
Because when we're talking like it's a rap,
No way.
I don't know if he can come back, man.
I don't think he can.
Well, he's got an
I
album
won't
coming.
lie, man.
He's got an album coming. He said it was. I think I saw a tweet.
Okay,
that
do you
he
think
said.
Because
it's like
remember-
70% done.
Do you think is this album make or break?
I don't know because, well, I guess in some respects yes,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
but it depends on what your it depends on what your expectations are for him. If you expect him, if it's make or break for him, as you see him as a mainstream star, okay, that makes more sense. But if he's gonna go back to the underground shit, then he's just gonna keep doing what he's been doing.
I think this goes back to the last topic we was having.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Remember,
but
is
yeah.
it make or break for you as a fan?
Yeah, like for me, if he flops on this album, safe.
Yeah, but
Because how many bad... You can have as much potential as you want. But then...
he hasn't made a bad album.
Not saying I wasn't there for the last
But
one.
he has.
What was bad?
These days
days
wasn't good.
These days was not bad.
And-
Bro, it wasn't good.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't
But it wasn't good.
There was
it
some
wasn't-
bangers on that.
It wasn't what
Well,
we
for
thought
me.
it was going to be.
What do you expect for it? If you
It's
can
actually be
remember.
better.
But how though? Because
For me, it's the production. It's not really his rhyme skills. Like I have
always
found
gonna
that
give
he has sounded like he isn't as motivated to be like a great lyricist like he once was. But it's more the production for me, man.
He tried to be smart though, because these days is a play on the kind of stuff, the kind of production he was rapping on, because it was kind of more like current as opposed to the shit he used to rap on before.
So basically what Kendrick done with Damn.
A little bit, yeah, but not as good.
Bad.
It wasn't bad, man.
Yeah, we need to stop this.
It wasn't bad.
I don't think it was... Bro, everybody that I've spoken to that is a real Absol fan don't like the album.
No, man.
And these men are stands.
Look, man, I joke about 100 Stacks, but I like 100 Stacks. Tree of Life is a flipping banger.
That's a good song.
Dub Sack. Never mind that with Rick Ross. The song with Lupe. The song with Mac Miller.
See,
Even the battle with Daylight.
no, chill, man.
That was funny, though.
Chill, man.
It was funny.
Have you gone back to the album, though, since?
Of course.
It sounds like you like the album.
But like the whole album is like together or just
Not
tracks?
in the last, like, 2 years.
Tracks individually.
Not in the last 2 years.
Right.
2 or 3 years. But, again, like, I still liked it. Like, even if I haven't returned to it, like, every so often.
Right.
But again, I think it does depend on what you see, where you see him going or where you want to see him. I personally don't think he's going to be that mainstream star. So for him to have an album coming, I'm just happy to hear the music because, I don't know, it just seems as if the way he moves, it just seems as if he's disillusioned with maybe being a musician, maybe being in the industry. Maybe that's had a toll on him in some way, shape or form. He seems disillusioned. I thought his last album was a return to form of sorts, but obviously he didn't reach the heights of Control System, which is like there. But there's still time for him, man. There's still time for him to be, and he already is a credible name amongst the heads. I guess what he needs to do now is consolidate that with a good album, like that everyone considers to be good, not something that people maybe his day ones think was amazing.
Exactly.
Because, oh yeah, it was back to the same, like amazingly coded, But it does just depend, and I don't know, man.
It's a tough one, man. Like because the potential is like massive, and it's I don't know, man.
How long is potential?
Until you reach your potential, innit?
But after a certain while, surely
Nah, because like
you can't always have potential.
Of course you can.
You can always have potential.
Yeah, for sure. You just
So
have
20 years into someone's career, there can still be potential.
because the talent's there. If you've got if you come into game with the talent and you don't fulfill what that talent can do, that's potential. You just haven't gotten to where.
Let me do.
I just don't feel like you've gotten to where you're supposed to be. But that doesn't mean that you still don't have the potential to do great things.
It's
You
like
just
Mario
haven't done it
Balotelli.
yet.
It's like Balotelli.
Does Balotelli still have potential?
Yes.
Yes,
No, he doesn't.
he does.
He still has potential.
So Jack Wilshere still got potential.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You want to high?
If he can stay injury free,
He's all right now.
not
The potential's
really, though.
done.
He's been out like
He's
he was
32
out
years
for
old.
most
He's
of the
at 20.
season.
How old is he now?
He's not 29 yet.
All right, cool. I just think after a while,
Your potential.
not your potential diminishes. It's like if you don't have if you've been in the game 10, 15 years, I can't keep saying, not saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you've been in the game 10, 15 years, after a while, potential is not potential anymore.
So you give like artists a window.
Yeah, if it's potential, we're talking, I expect something from you at a certain point. That's what potential means.
I don't know if that's fair.
Is that
though.
not the meaning of potential?
I feel you, but I don't think that's fair because there are a lot of artists that when they first came out, it took them like 3-4 hours before they went somewhere else, man. Look, Jay-Z's a perfect example. This
Jay-Z
guy-
gave reasonable doubt.
yeah, but he didn't blow until Hard Knock Life.
But then he gave us reasonable doubt.
yeah, but bro, come on, man.
point is-
As much as it's
But
revered now,
he showed potential on Reasonable Doubt that he then fulfilled on Hard Knock Life.
But my point, that's my...
it took him 3 albums or 4 albums to fulfill
And how long?
that
How many years
potential.
was that?
That was from like 90. No, he started rapping in like 1988.
Okay. forget
Until
that. I'm
like
saying-
flipping
Don't bring
1998.
up the
That's
jazz
10
oldies.
years.
I'm saying, I get your point. I'm just saying.
You feel me?
But then if you give us reasonable doubt, it gets extended.
Yeah, but bro, that's
I'm just
revered
saying-
now.
But he had already
I'm saying-
been extended because between him starting rapping in the late 80s to 96,
I
he'd
feel
already
you.
been in the game
I
for a
feel
while.
you. No, I feel you. I just think, I don't know, maybe I'm bugging. I just feel like potential is...
I get you though, because that's a valid
yeah,
argument.
man. I feel like...
I mean, after
So
a while,
we-
you can't rely on that argument.
That's all I'm saying.
After a while, you
That's
can't
all I'm
rely on
saying.
that argument. If you've made like 5 albums,
That potential is not potential
two of
anymore.
which are good and 3 are a bit meh, then that potential might not be reached in any way.
That's what I'm saying.
Ever.
Or if your potential, if you haven't dropped a good album in 10 years, we can't keep saying, yo, he's got the potential of doing this. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't think you lose talent.
Or on the flip
You
side,
don't, but...
or on the flip side, Kanye can make an album like Ye that no one likes, but we know that he
He's
has
still
the
got
potential.
the potential to make another great album.
Because
There you
he's
go.
given us bodies of work. I'm saying if
Exactly, so
if
once
we
you've
know
got-
someone can rap...
But in relation to Absol, he has given us great
No,
projects.
yeah, but I'm just talking in general. I'm just talking about
Oh.
potential in general. After a while, then I just expect
I don't know,
Something
man.
for yeah.
Once you've got that talent, though, I believe you've got promise to make a great album or great albums. Like, I don't think you lose that.
Not fair enough.
Now it just goes back to the argument: how many bad albums are we going to give an artist until we turn
Absol's
off?
album, if
Like
this
me,
album's
if
dead,
the next one is done,
I've checked
I'm
out.
not.
I've checked
I'm
out.
not free downloading any more of his albums.
You're a
You're not
dickhead.
free downloading any of it.
Yeah.
You're a bastard.
So you're just gonna snitch on yourself
Yeah, absolute bastard.
on a podcast.
This guy's got a title as well.
You see
but
this guy?
guy's a bastard.
Hey, I might not even stream it. I
See
might
this
be
guy?
free
Yo, shout out to
downloaded
Spotify
too.
as well because they support.
You might not even stream. It's a lot easier to stream it
Not for me.
on Tidal.
You know what? I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Let's not talk about.
Anyway, let's go.
You already snitched on
Nah,
yourself.
yo, let's switch it up. Let's switch it up.
All I'm saying.
We can
all
edit button.
Oh, this guy.
I hate the fact that you found that. You know,
I
like,
know, right?
But in relation to Absol, it does depend on your preference. I don't think he's made a bad project. Oh, okay. What you say these days wasn't bad. Like maybe
meh.
it could have been not even meh. Okay, it was decent. I'll give it decent, but it wasn't bad. Like
It wasn't trash.
I think what he was trying to do, he didn't execute it to the best of his ability, but I don't think he executed it terribly, personally. So in that respect, I'm always going to look forward to an Absol album because he hasn't necessarily remained consistent, but he hasn't been bad.
So to you, Absol's got no bad albums.
Long-term mentality, control system, these days, do what thou will.
Yeah.
No bad album there.
So what do you feel like he needs to do to be more revered then within Black Hippy?
He needs to do more.
Do you feel like
He needs to do more. He needs to be out and about. He needs to do more. He needs to, maybe commentate on issues. He just needs to be present.
Is that
and
him
active.
though?
Huh?
Is that him?
Is that him?
Yeah.
Of course. Look, I imagine TDE allow freedom of expression. So I imagine if he has something that he's very passionate about, he'll talk about it if he wants to. So he just needs to be present. He's shacked up, wherever he's shacked up, smoking hella weed, probably, on the, what's it called? The dirty Sprite. What's it called?
Syrup.
There you go.
The syrup.
Lean, that's it. And
I mean, we don't know that though. Do we?
we don't know that, but I'm not gonna dismiss it, basically.
I mean, how are we just throwing accusations out like this?
You feel me?
Just accusing the guy of doing drugs.
No, I think he has done. He has done lean.
I mean, he looks
I
like
think
it.
he said it. He said it on the Breakfast Club, I think.
And he had that girl with him as well. I forgot her name.
Yari Sanchez.
Kiara Sanchez.
Yeah.
For you. But yeah, I mean, I just think he needs to be active.
Said that name.
Oh, everyone else is active. Everyone else is active. Like Schoolboy, he'll shack himself up in the studio, and then when the album's ready, he's out on a press run. He's active. He's funny. He's this, that, the other. J-Rock is the same. Kendrick is the same. But even they sometimes will pipe up if they want to. Like Schoolboy, especially with Mac Miller. Like Schoolboy has.
What do you mean? Just showing your face?
Yes.
So
using your voice.
But is
Making
Absol
sure that
that
people-
guy that
making sure
shows
people
his
don't forget
face
you.
like that?
No, he's not. But
Like, he's introvert. Like he doesn't.
cool. But if he wants to reach that level, if he wants to reach a certain level,
Does he want to though?
I don't know if he does.
I don't
So
think
for
he,
you-
I don't think he cares for that. I think he cares as long as the music's good. I think that's honestly all he cares about. I don't think he cares about the wider audience knowing his name.
I don't think so either.
So for you, it's just a presence thing.
Yeah.
His music's fine. It's just a presence thing.
Yeah.
I don't care about the presence.
I strongly disagree with
I don't
that,
care
man.
about the presence. I want the music to be solid.
Yeah, but you think he's had a bad
That's what
album.
I'm saying though. Like the presence, yes, I agree with that. But I think it's more than that though. I think the music there's a disconnect there because it's just not as good as it once was. I think that's the biggest disconnect. I think that's why he's not as revered as the others.
I agree with
I just
that,
don't
though.
think he's making as good music as the others.
I agree with that. I think
And
so.
I do think the last one wasn't a bad album. It was okay. But I think These Days was a bad album. But I'm obviously comparing it to your previous work. To me, you're as good as your last body of work. Now, going by that, he ain't what Schoolboy is. He ain't what J-Rock is. And he ain't what Kendrick is. So that's
do
the
different things,
the issue.
I guess we're
The issue is the quality of material you're putting out there.
No, I'm
People
not-
are just not interested no more. Because, you haven't given us that many good albums to keep interested.
He's giving us more good albums than bad.
That's a fact.
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
I think it is. Because it's 2 for 2, really.
No, it's not.
I didn't mind.
To you.
Do what art?
To me, it's 2 for
Do
2.
you like it?
Wait, do what that will is bad to you,
It's not great. It's okay.
but is it bad?
It's okay. It's not a bad album, but I won't go back
So
to it.
then it's 2-1 then. And do what that will is in the middle.
But it's meh though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not bad.
I hate that word now as well.
Yeah, but bad and meh, like in
No,
like,
no.
For me,
You're if you're mare in something, you're indifferent to it. If you think something is bad, it's because you have a strong opinion that you do not like that thing.
but if it's meh and I decide I'm not going back to it, does that mean it's a good album?
Doesn't mean it's a bad album.
So what does it mean then? Why am I not going back to a good album?
It means you're indifferent to it. It means you don't care for it.
Meh is to me can be bad.
Nah, meh means you're not fussed either way. Like it's in the middle.
Fair dues.
That's all.
If that's how you feel.
Like, I feel you. Like if you think that something is meh and you don't want to listen to it anymore, fair enough, you're gonna put it in the bad category. But that's not technically what it is, though.
All right. Well, to me, the last two Absol projects just haven't been.
If you say something is bad, that means like, let's say, if we're in a party, I don't know why we would put Absol at a party, but if we're ever at a party and Absol comes on from that album, are you gonna turn it off?
I'm not listening to Absol at a party.
Bad is like Kingdom Come. That's a bad album.
Okay, good example. Fine.
Is it like Kingdom Come?
That's a good example.
I will probably go back to Kingdom Come before I go back to this one.
Okay, you're bugging.
Why am I bugging?
Because the only song I like in Kingdom Come was the one with Chris and Michelle.
Well,
Wait,
Lost
wait,
Ones.
wait.
That's the only one.
Wait. You think Kingdom Come's better than These Days?
I never said that. I just said I'm going back to Kingdom Come before I go back to Absol.
My point is that's a bad album, and I don't look
Is that
at
because
Absol's
of
album like
Jay-Z, innit?
I just like more songs on Kingdom Come than I do that last one, than Absol's last one.
Well, they're different albums anyway, so.
Yeah, so I think this conversation is dependent on how you feel about Absol's albums.
that. But we all agree he needs to come through in the next one. Like,
Yeah.
this is it's no games on the next one.
Yeah, but
he needs to, man.
but
For me, anyway, personally.
I would love to see him like switch up the type of production he gets too. Like maybe work with some like either underground greats or mainstream producers that can really lace you, like an Alchemist, or who else is killing it? Like Derringer, who's working with like Griselda boys. Like I think he can lace Absol with some nice stuff, or even like who's that TDE producer? I forgot his name.
Ali.
I think he's
Soundwave.
the engineer. Soundwave, yeah. I think Soundwave can lace him with some nice stuff. But
Doesn't he work primarily with Soundwave?
I don't know if he does. I think on the last one, I felt like he dipped out quite a bit. But I think it's just a production thing, man.
So on better production, you'd be more excited for it.
Oh, for sure. Because I'm quite easy to please when it comes to hip hop. Just give me just say something to me in a skillful way and give me great production. And I'm cool. I don't need you to be present. I don't care about all that.
So he's halfway there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not far because the skill's there.
But the only reason why I say present is because people just forget about him because he doesn't do anything.
No, you're right about that. 100%. I understand him because I'm also an introvert, but I 100% understand what you're saying. If you're an artist in the industry, you're signed to a major label, you need to play the game. You don't have the luxury of, dropping something and then falling back and not promoting it. There's only a select few that can do that. Absol's not one of them.
What you do if it's good? If it's
Even if it's good, it still can go under the radar.
Well,
I just don't think I don't think he's got enough ears to be able to just fall back. Do one interview and then fall back. I just don't know if he's got that.
so is he the black sheep of Black Hippy?
Unfortunately, yes.
But all he needs really is a dope album, and then we can reassess his situation.
Yeah, and even with the way TDE is
we?
set up. Huh?
Are we?
What?
So he's always going to be the black sheep.
No, not really. Because I don't think the distance between him and the others is that massive. J-Rock was at the no disrespect, but he was like, and I've always rated J-Rock highly,
He's
but
at the back of the bus.
to everybody else, he was like at the bottom of the pile, and then look what happened. The guy got a Grammy last year, so it's not
I get what
anything
you're
can happen just like that. And even with the way TDE's line set up, I believe that I don't think they choose who's coming out next. I think it's depending on your music. I think if your music is sounding ready, bar Kendrick, then I think that's when you're bumped up in the queue. If they feel like your album isn't ready, then I think they make you wait a bit more, which is what I think has happened with Absol.
And that's probably what would explain the disillusionment. Because he probably thinks that the stuff was ready, and then Top Dog was like, nah, G, you got to start again. And as an artist, that will be a bit
It's disrespectful though, man.
It's disrespectful. It'll be off-putting as well.
What if Top Dog's right?
But can you imagine putting your heart and soul?
That's what I told you.
You're writing the hardest bars. You're breaking pencils.
It's a no for me,
I
dog.
love how you said
And they're
soul.
like,
It's a no for me, dog.
Nah, dog. You better go back to
Nah,
the
dog.
Put the hand on the
That's
chest. Put the hand on the guy's chest. Yo. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm
tell him-
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
doing that hand motion.
Yo, I'm sorry. Nah, good effort. Good effort.
I can just imagine Absol being like,
Where with his glasses?
Yo.
oh goodness gracious. That's craziness.
Can't even see that he's upset.
Hey, man.
I can just imagine like Absol being like the white woman. Like,
What?
Top Dog being Beyonce.
You're
And
silly.
like the mainstream being Jay-Z.
You're silly. You're
that's
silly,
amazing.
man.
That's
You're
perfect.
silly,
That's actually
bro.
perfect.
It's a good one, right?
Shout out to Absol, though, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, we want nothing but
Good music.
good music from him. Like, even if it's like a Control System 2 or something like that, something of that ilk, that might put him back in that in that sphere. And then, who knows, maybe in a few months' time, we'll be talking about how Isaiah Rashad is the black sheep. Because, he needs to drop too.
Boy, but I think he's different, though, isn't it? I don't know. I think he's because they were there before him. I think they're kind of OGs to him, so I feel like he's still working his way up. So I don't know if he can become the black sheep because he's like the youngin', innit? So I don't know. I still feel like
He could definitely be
he's
the black
constantly going to be, unless he just blows. But
He could definitely be the black sheep if he's
Maybe.
like in a position where he's not really making that much music or putting anything out, and he might be a bit frustrated about that. But it's what it is. So obviously we're talking about the SMF gig and how washed somebody's audience can be. So with that in mind,
One person doing too much.
one person doing too much. Shout out her. But yeah, with that in mind, I just wanted to pose a question to you guys, and that is: does the live performer still matter? Do we care about live performances, or can the music be so good that artist performances don't matter? Because obviously, I have a love-hate relationship with rap performances because I feel like they're not really performances. Because more time, you've got your music in the background with the vocals. All you're doing is kind of repeating them. Maybe stopping the music a little bit, putting the mic towards the crowd so they can talk back. Maybe jumping around a little bit, getting your posse.
You say posse?
Posse. Sorry, I'm old. And then maybe one of your posse, I said that again, getting like a bottle of water, throwing it at the crowd, and that's it. So I'm not sure where the performance is in that. But having said that, it doesn't matter if it's a certain artist.
That's what I was about to say. I think it depends on who you're going to see live.
why?
Because take Rick Ross, for example. I'm not expecting Rick Ross to perform.
That's for obvious reasons.
Take his weight out of it because he lost weight as well, fam. Okay. But like, I'm not looking at Rick Ross expecting Rick Ross to fucking do a madness on stage. Like, do you know what I mean?
So if you went to see Rose,
I've seen Rose live, but like, I know what I'm expecting. He's not gonna have a live band like certain artists. He's probably gonna have a DJ, and it's gonna go from track to track to track to track, and he'll maybe spit half them.
and you're okay with that.
And I'm good with that.
See, and I feel like that might be the problem. I feel like I think as time has gone on, we have less of an expectation of like how these artists should perform.
Well, how do you expect your artist to perform?
Bro, like, first of all, don't like play the track with the words that you're performing to. Like, I need to know that if I want to hear that, I can stay at home. I can stay at yard and just play your tune. Why am I coming to a gig? You're playing your song with the lyrics still in the song, and I can barely hear you over the track. Like, that's just pure laziness.
That suggests to me that you don't care enough about the performance to really put your all in it.
You feel me?
At least get the stems, get the instrumental, and then rap over that. That'll at least show me that you're putting in more effort because you're actually rapping. And you're not relying on like the vocals to actually sway your performance.
No, I feel you. Because one of the GOATs performs his songs with no backing track.
Who's that?
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yeah. J. Cole has a live band.
Does it?
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
How many times have you seen J. Cole?
Listen, let's not get into it.
How many times have you seen J. Cole?
6 times.
6 times.
Yeah.
That's a fan.
Nah, listen, chill. Because 2 of them were wireless, so that don't count.
Well, why does it not count?
Because I saw about 5 people.
So?
Cool.
You've seen him
And one
6
cost
times.
£1.
So what? It doesn't matter the circumstance. You've seen him 6 times.
You wouldn't see J. Cole for £1?
Of course I
Don't
would.
answer that.
Of course I would.
Alright, cool. But all I'm saying is, like, someone like him, I expect what you guys are asking for. But I genuinely don't believe, like, you guys are honestly telling me, not saying you guys will see him live, but say YG, for example, you honestly expect YG to, what you guys want from Joe?
Bro,
I'm just asking.
Bro, what we're asking for ain't alien.
I'm not
bro.
saying it is.
We
I'm
are
just
asking
saying,
for these artists to flip and perform.
don't
Don't let your track override your performance, which is exactly what these artists are doing.
So am I bugging when I say I look at certain artists and think?
I think it depends
I'm
on
not
the type.
expecting-
I think it depends on the type of artist as well. Like
Yeah.
a new artist is very guilty of that. So I remember going to see Playboy Carti, and it was just a mess, man. Like, he played Magnolia way too early, and he didn't even rap it. He didn't even do anything.
What did he do?
He climbed up like a rail, got upstairs, and just started dancing.
That's
He was
not
bare-
Tory
he
Nation,
wasn't even doing anything. That sort of thing. Okay, yeah, in the moment it's great because it's a great song. It was like the song of the summer at the time. But when you really deep it, that is just dumb. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you're more for the act of just wilding out while everyone else is wilding out and not giving people a show, really. You're just acting a fool.
Maybe to them, that's part of the show.
100%.
And it's okay to like have different styles of performance. Like, and I keep obviously always going to shout out Jay-Z, but like obviously his style
Not
as
always.
far as
You, man.
all right, cool. His style is more like laid back. He doesn't move around like the stage so much, but you can hear him rapping his bars. You don't hear his lyrics of the song over his live performing bars. And then you might have a DMX who's like shirtless and growling and running from side to side. So the style isn't so much important because, you know, you can invent your own style and do what you do. But just, I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to just be like, you're just like, your song's just playing, which is, I feel like what we get a lot from the artists that perform these days. I want to hear your voice, man. I want to hear like the strain and the passion in your voice when you're performing. Like, I want to feel like I'm in concert.
So who would you say at the new school is a great performer?
At the new school.
Yeah. Like from 08 onwards, 07 onwards.
Actually, I was going to ask about Drake. How was he when you went to see him?
He plays the music.
He plays
And I was going to ask a question though. Like, if your hits are that good, does it matter?
That's what I literally...
To you, man, though.
Nah. He had like... And when I went to his show, he had like half an hour of just his features.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's all he played.
And there were points in the show
Or
where...
was he, could you hear his voice? Or
Nah,
was it his...
it's literally just doing the chorus of his features.
No, he would maybe do like 2-3 words and then...
Let the...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then 2-3 words again, and then he hand the mic to someone else, to the crowd, and then he dictate one side of the arena singing one song, and then another side of the arena singing another song. So he wasn't really... But the difference between him and someone else is because of the set. The set was amazing, so it kind of made up for it. Whereas a lot of these guys have got a DJ, maybe will have their logo in the background, and that's it. So you're kind of more reliant on the performance side of it. At least with Drake, he kind of had an excuse because he had such an amazing visual set. Like, he had a flying Lambo. It wasn't a real one, obviously. Unnecessary, but it was all part of the show, so it was kind of okay. But out of the new school, I mean, obviously Kendrick is an amazing performer.
You think so?
Yeah.
When we saw him in Sweden, and I don't know if it was because it was Sweden, but I felt like I heard the track louder than his actual live performing vocals. And I didn't like it.
Maybe it was more of I think there's also a big difference between like a festival stage and like an indoor stage.
Okay.
So when I saw him first at the O2, that was amazing. And he was actually performing. Maybe the festival stage kind of allowed him to relax a little bit more.
Yeah.
He wasn't maybe taking it as seriously because it was just a Swedish festival and it wasn't like the London O2.
And it's Sweden.
You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Sweden, isn't it? It's hardly London.
Love this shit to Sweden.
Shout out Sweden, man.
I like Henrik Larsson.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Kendrick is an amazing performer. I can't really recall out of the new school.
Cole's a great performer.
Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, banter aside.
What do you like about his performing?
I don't know. I just like his performance. No, banter aside.
But he actually raps, though, right?
man. Like, he raps. He's got a live band. It's no DJ. Like, it's a set. It's everything about it. Like, banter aside. Like, he's actually rapping. You can hear the breathing, all of that. Like, it just adds to it. Do you get what I mean?
I think there's a divide though because
And also, it's a show, man.
I
Like,
think the old gen, of rappers take the performance side a lot more seriously than the new school.
100%.
So that might be an issue, or not even an issue, but that's a part of it. Someone like Black Thought.
The roots are amazing.
Yeah, but even just to focus on Black Thought just a little bit, like he has specifically trained for live performances,
Yeah.
so he's able to spit like with such like fastness, but still spit. Like all he needs is an instrumental, spit. In that respect, you don't really need to do. He doesn't even really need to do much. He doesn't. No, not on stage, because he's just rapping, like really rapping, and people are wowed by that. So that in itself is a performance. Someone like Lil Xan, like I'm not gonna expect much from a Lil Xan show.
I agree.
I'm not gonna expect much from a flipping, I don't know, Key Glock flipping.
But is it too much?
Yeah, he's on.
But is it too much to expect a performance
Glock.
though? Why? I don't understand. Is it too much? Like this is the bare minimum, no?
No,
I don't get it. Like,
But I don't think they care now.
even I don't care whether you're Black Thought or Little Xan. I don't think there's too much to expect a performance.
Yeah, but people don't care
Give
now.
me a performance. Like, show me something. Like, if I would, I could have just stayed home and like listen. Like I said, I could have just stayed home and listened to my thing on the
speakers.
iTunes. You feel me?
But there's also an element of wanting to be there in front of your favorite rapper, partying with him in the flesh. So that might add to, and I do feel like the new gen of rap fans don't necessarily care about performance. As long as their favorite song is being played and their favorite rapper is forming a mosh pit around them and they're going mad and crazy, then that's their night. And they caught a few snaps.
That's it.
That's it.
And how many shows have you heard this quick?
I think there's
the new artists, I think they only do they don't do the hour and 20, hour and 30 anymore.
Yeah.
All of them are like 20, 30, 40 minutes. Like Roddy Ricch show was like 25 minutes, I heard.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
Damn.
I heard all of these shows are now, like for example, 30 Up. I heard he done half an hour when he came. Like, I don't think these are perform long shows anymore either. So forget their music. It's the fact that sets ain't even like extensive either.
But then
They'll
that's
come
even
for
worse.
half an hour, do little 30 minutes and then dip. And I don't think anyone cares.
That's even worse because you have less time.
That's my point though. Like,
to do much.
That's my point. But then I feel like, I honestly don't feel like people care anymore about a live show.
So it's the consumer's fault.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
I think no. I think it goes hand in hand. I think the mentalities of the rappers have changed,
Along
and
with us.
that in turn may have informed how consumers consume live performances. They might not necessarily go into a performance expecting like a live band, the razzle dazzle, and all that stuff because it doesn't really fit with their idea of what it is. So I guess I think one informs the other in a lot of different ways. But yeah, man, I do think it's an old gen versus new gen thing because obviously the old gen have been taught like the craft. The craft is so important. These men don't care about the craft. They care about getting a check. And you can see that not only in their music and their videos, you can see that in their live performance as well. They're just doing this for a check. They're doing it because maybe they're contractually obliged to. They're not necessarily trying to put in all that hard work. I would love to see, I mean, it's never going to happen, but I would love to see Lil Xan with a live band and see what happens there. Because then he hasn't got his audio to rely on. What's he going to do? Is he going to actually like
He'll
perform?
crumble, man. He'll crumble.
He'll crumble. I don't want to keep bullying Lil Xan, but it's easy.
Fuck him, man.
I would love to get a rapper on here to like talk about that though, like what goes into putting together a performance and why that is such a norm to have the audio track, like basically overriding your actual live track, live vocals. I would love to get someone to talk.
Can you think
about
of any UK artist that's a great performer?
From what I've heard, Stormzy's really
I've
good.
seen that's who I was gonna say. But I was waiting for you, man.
Yeah, I've heard Stormzy's
I've seen
really
Stormzy
good.
twice. He's dope.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually his energy's disgusting. I was about to say it.
Yeah.
His energy's disgusting.
We saw Kano in Croatia, and I
Kano, that
really,
was amazing.
I
I'm
really enjoyed that.
I'm not
I
surprised.
really enjoyed that. What's his name?
Skepta's really good as well.
Novelist was good too. I feel like
Yeah.
we saw Novelist in Croatia as well. I feel like we did.
You know his shit.
Did I make that up?
I
I feel like he performed that.
yeah.
He did it. Yeah. I thought he was really good from what I remember. He was really good. Just energy. And he was like, you can hear them spitting. And that's what I like. I don't care if like you're running across
just wanna
the you're
hear you.
standing in
Yeah,
one
I just
spot.
wanna hear you. I just wanna hear you.
Yeah, just like
Loyal Khan's a decent performer as well.
he was good actually.
He's a decent.
He was
performer.
really good.
100% because he's more from not necessarily the Black Thought school, but he actually raps.
Yeah.
And he has his DJ who comes and raps with him.
Yeah.
So he has a DJ, but he's able to find a nice balance between relying on the audio and actually rapping. And like he's just like, I don't want to say he's charismatic, but he's a talker. Like so he has stories. Like he kind of bunches all that together to make his own version of performance as well.
I feel you.
On the other side, I think someone like
You know who shit live?
Who?
They don't rap.
Who?
Western fam.
Weston.
Yeah, chuck them in the bin.
They're not good live.
I'm not gonna lie. They were maybe this was years. I saw them like 3 years ago in Ibiza when the guy that's in jail now was outside. You know the one that's in jail?
Who?
Oh yeah, I know.
What's
yeah,
his
I know
name, bruv? Yeah, he doesn't matter anyway. But like, anyway, there's someone in their group that's in jail, and then he was such a bad singer they muted his mic.
That's crazy.
I swear to God, we was in Ibiza. My boys will tell you they muted his mic, and he was just like this on the mic,
Mad.
and then you couldn't hear him in it. But obviously, I think what's his name? Oh, the dreads.
Bro, you're looking at me like
What's
I
his
know
name?
I
Western.
don't know his name, bro.
Is it Haley? It's Haley, brother. It's Haley.
But he's not the one in jail.
No, I'm saying him. He was the dope one. Like
Oh.
he's sick. He's like the Messi of the group. The other two, Shout out to them, man. But they were good performing live. But that's just an example I can give.
Notes
that.
isn't good live either.
Notes is
Notes was
that with
really
you?
good. We went
Yeah,
to
shout
that.
that in
That
there.
was pretty bad.
Actually, I know his manager, but Notes was man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Nah, yeah, man. Nah.
Barney
Notes.
Artist is really good live.
Is it?
Yeah, he's dope. A lot of energy. He's really good.
What's the
Akala
balance
was good
between-
live.
Akala was really good
Akala
live.
was really good.
But he was telling stories.
Yeah, Akala was like he will stop mid performance, give you the background information of a song, and then start spitting it.
It really does depend, man, because these artists have free reign over their performance, so they can dictate what they do. So you're not going to get the same performance from Akala that you will get from Notes.
That's what it seems like. Your rapper are always going to give you a good show. If you look at it, the people we've named, the Akalas, the Black Thoughts, the J.
Mos
the
Def was
Kendricks,
great.
Mos Def. I heard J Electronica's good.
I've seen J Elec as well. J
These
Elec
are
was
your
dope.
rappers rapper. Do you get what I mean? You can tell that these are take the art, the sport of rap, that extra yard.
Yeah,
But
most
people like
Def's my
Notes,
favorite.
I don't expect Notes to give me a performance.
But why though?
What makes what's he going to give you a
yeah,
performance
but
by
bro,
Alice Elite?
but like someone like a Notes, and I'm not even that familiar with his music, but I imagine that like his music isn't that complex. So wouldn't it be easier for him to like
Who's his
entertain more?
Who's his
though?
target audience?
I don't know. I don't really
Like-
know.
Well,
Notes.
when we were there, it was just
16
like,
to 18 white kids.
yeah.
So you don't
And
think
black
he'll be?
kids.
So you don't think he'll be easier to put on a performance
But
for like?
he knows that they don't need it. So why would I then
Yeah.
teach myself? He knows that these kids ain't here for a show. Whereas a J Electronica knows, the people that come in to see me are...
J Elec weren't
They're
amazing.
the
bro.
heads. They're heads. They're
Let me
heads.
take
He was
J-
dope, but he
Alright,
weren't.
cool. Who would you say is amazing?
I really
Def?
enjoyed Most Def.
Alright, cool. Mos Def knows his fans. He knows his fans are most probably nerds when it comes to rap, all of that. So he knows they're expecting a show. Notes, AJ Tracy, these man know that their fans don't really care about rap like that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? That's why I respect Stormzy. Majority of Stormzy's fans ain't rap fans, but he still gives you a show. And he's one of the few UK people that I can think of that he knows what his fan base is, and he will still go that extra yard. Whether I see this guy at festivals, and he was one of the best there.
100%. Yeah, man, I do think it depends, man. I think there is a tendency for young artists in their live shows to just go with the flow and see what happens, because as soon as they play that one big tune that they got, they don't really need to do anything.
That's it.
Because the mood is going to take it. The track is going to take people through. That is not indicative of a good performer, but when you have that kind of power, I suppose you use it. You use it to your advantage. But I don't know if there's any real like musicianship in that. There's more musicianship for me in what Mos Def and J Elec do, even though all J Elec does is go in the crowd and struggle to get picked up.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he does that a lot, man.
He's performing
Every
on-
show. I
he's
think we saw him in Brixton. Was
He's
it
here in
Brixton?
September.
On the Coco.
He's here in September if you might want to go see him. Side note.
I'm all right.
No, I'm good, man.
I've seen him 3 times. I'm good.
I've seen him twice.
I apologize, guys.
I'm good.
I'm never going to throw opinions out there again.
Plus he's got 5 songs, so you know.
Listen, I can hear Exhibit C 5 times.
I feel you,
I
but he
mean-
performs it differently, so it's not as good.
I'd see Most Def again, though.
Wait, he
He
performs
did a
it-
version of Drake's Hotline Bling that was dope.
That's
Did he?
That's the
Yeah,
one
do you remember?
artist.
I can't remember.
That's the one artist I really want to see live.
dope.
I've never seen Mos Def live.
Yeah, no,
And
you'd
Mos
enjoy
Def's
it,
in my
man.
top 5. I really want.
But also, there was a bit of me at the Mos Def one where I'm just like, bruv, just play mathematics.
he didn't do it.
Stop
To the
all
end.
this
It was
Yassine
very
Bey
artsy,
stuff.
innit?
You know what I mean?
Very
Like,
artsy.
and even that can be a detriment to some of these artists. Sometimes we just want to hear the stuff that made you famous.
I think they get into their head too much. Though.
Stop trying to complicate it.
Yeah.
They
You know what
get
I
into
mean?
their head too much, man.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
get into their head too much.
And
man.
Yassine Bey, he's Mos Def, he's very artistic, and I give that to him. But sometimes,
Just
them
shut up
man-
and play the music.
Sometimes shut up and let me hear Habitat.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Let me hear Miss Fat Booty.
I said
How
that-
did I not hear Miss Fat Booty?
That's crazy, innit?
Wait, he didn't do it.
Absolute madness.
That's
said play
crazy,
Definition.
bro.
This is what I mean.
I don't think he done
He
definition.
did the definition.
More time. No, he didn't do anything from
Oh,
that
he
era.
He done
Fucking-
a lot of songs on the Aesthetic. I don't think
Yeah.
he didn't go back to the first one.
He touched Black Star.
And then just like Lucy's
I
from
don't think
after
he touched Black Star either.
Black on both sides.
Umi.
Yeah, that's it.
I think he might have done the panties as well.
Yeah, tell him hold that, man. And Mos Def's one of my guys.
It was more so Ecstatic and Lucy's after that,
Yeah.
rather than anything else. Like he didn't go back. Anything before the 2000s, he didn't touch.
Yeah, yeah.
He
More
didn't
he's
touch.
more
So
recent
something
stuff.
like that, yeah, something like that. I would want to expect from someone like that. And I've seen him 3 times. One of which was with Black Star, so that doesn't really count. But the other 2 times, it's just been either Ecstatic or the other stuff.
Okay, who's the question for both of you? Who's the worst performer you two seen separately?
ASAP Rocky.
For real?
Yeah.
That's because he was busy.
I
the night
just
before.
really did not enjoy that.
When did you see ASAP Rocky?
We went to see ASAP Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
He was busy the night before.
Yeah. He had only had the mixtape out, and his like biggest hit was Goldie. So
Yeah.
it wasn't the best time. To
I mean,
see him.
I wasn't a fan of his music. I only went because you and Nee were going. But
He was Rolly stolen.
he did that now, innit?
Is that you lot went to that show?
He jumped to the crowd. Yeah.
You lot went to that show?
Yeah. He jumped to the crowd and they swiped off him.
Yeah.
So wait, who's the worst that you've seen?
Ooh, I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot of performances.
That's that privilege right there, boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's that ticket privilege right there.
Plus, money, innit?
Nah.
Hey, talk to him.
Actually paid to go.
Okay, talk your money shit.
Thank you. I will.
I respect you, King.
Thank you very much. Worst performer? I really didn't like 2 Chainz at Wireless. And that was the same day I'd seen Tribe, Nas, and Jay.
Oh, then that's not fair.
Nas isn't an amazing performer.
Wait,
I mean,
Nas,
he
Tribe, and
wasn't-
Jay
he
done
wasn't- he
one
wasn't amazing.
Wireless.
Yeah. It was like 2013, I want to say. So it was like 2 Chainz, then ASAP, then Nas, then Tribe, then Jay and Justin.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I
And
remember
Rihanna had a cameo. 2 Chainz was the worst out of all of them. He was just bad. I just didn't like. I've never been a fan of 2 Chainz really.
Yo, this narrative that 2 Chainz really raps needs to stop too.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm
that
not
a
trying to
narrative?
hear that. People
But
say
you
this,
know-
yeah.
you know it is.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
he's all
Two Chainz are rappers.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
Since when?
Charlemagne's been trying to push
Man
that
said 2
narrative.
Chainz and Chainz. Shut up, man.
He's a lyrical trap rapper.
Although his verse on Duffel Bag Boy was hard back in the day.
When he was Titty
And
Boy.
Lil Zane's got a song
when
called
he was
Calling Me.
Back when he was Titty Boy. So you're not even saying 2 Chainz.
And Lil Zane
That's
had
it.
a hard verse on Hardball. So where do we go from here?
You're a fool. No, he's a lyrical trap rapper. Like he's more lyrical than the other trap rappers.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's more lyrical than Jeezy.
Definitely not more lyrical than T.I.
But T.I.'s not a trap rapper.
Is he
Yeah,
not?
T.I.
T.I.'s a rapper.
He invented trap though.
He's not a trapper rapper.
No, he's a rapper. But he just raps trap.
So he raps trap, but he's not a trapper rapper.
Yeah.
No doubt.
but
no
I think
doubt,
2
no
Chainz is
doubt,
that
No,
too.
because you
no
think
doubt.
so. I think the general consensus is a trap rapper is like a Gucci man, isn't it?
Nah, look at Jeezy as a trapper.
I think
Trap-
2
All
Chainz.
right, cool. T.I. is like a rapper, but
He just talks that trap shit.
yes.
Whereas that's.
I think that's 2 Chainz as well. I think
So what
that's 2 Chainz
separates
as well.
T.I. and
Nah,
Jeezy?
I don't think 2 Chainz is lyrically that good.
No, I don't
be
think-
like a T.I.
I don't think he's a lyrical rapper, but I think he is a lyrical trap rapper. Okay, let me say this. He's a rapper who raps lyrically when he's talking about trap. But if he was just any other rapper, he wouldn't be lyrical, if you see what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
So
He's trap.
I don't necessarily think he's a trap rapper. But when he does rap trap, it's better than a lot of trap.
But compared to
Really?
your everyday rapper, he's not that good.
Lyrically, yeah.
Fair enough.
Lyrically.
But compared to every other rapper, he's not that good.
No. No way. But yeah, he was probably the worst because A, I just didn't like him. And B, again, it was like audio. He was trying to rely on the birthday song. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Fair enough.
There's
Who's,
probably
what about you?
It might be because it's the most recent in my mind.
J.
You know,
Cole.
but you better behave. He's the worst I've seen. You know what? It's just because it's recent.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Notes, but
Okay.
Notes is
that's
pretty
just
bad.
because it's just. And plus, Notes is a kid, so I don't even want to really do that to him.
How old is he?
I think it was at
21?
21. So he's a kid, so I don't really want to do that to
Hey,
him.
man's character building.
Feel you.
If he's bad, he's bad. You got to tell him he's bad.
No, Western. Tell her like, no, take it back. Western's trash.
Peter would definitely shit on a 12-year-old.
No, my bad. No, Western's the worst I've seen.
Western.
Western's definitely the worst I've seen. Easy.
I feel you.
There was also a Swedish rapper that we went when we went to Way Out West. That Swedish rapper that
What,
everyone was
the day
hyping
party?
about. No, when we went to the festival,
What, Girl or Boy?
it was like one day. It was a boy. I think it was the
Oh,
same
the
day
white
we saw.
boy.
The same day we saw Jay Huss. It was before Jay Huss.
The white boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was horrible.
And everyone hyped him.
Absolutely horrible.
And everyone hyped him. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there've been a few, man. There've been a few. But yeah, man, I just think when it's all said and done, the new generation of artists don't really care about really putting on a show
That's
like
literally
that.
all it is.
Which is sad because why are we paying you this much money to just like go to a rave with you in it? That's essentially what these things are. It's a rave
Yeah.
with the man,
With them just there.
with the people just there.
Yeah.
And that can work sometimes. That works amazingly for Skepta. That works amazingly for nowadays. It could work well for someone like an A$AP Rocky. Someone like a Kanye. If Kanye wanted to do that, it would work for him. But obviously, he's a lunatic, and he takes and he's very particular with his live performances.
Just don't call him a lunatic, though, man.
He's a lunatic.
Okay.
Anyway, it really does depend. But yeah, man, I don't think this new gen is faffed.
So essentially, sorry, go on.
But again, it's a case by case basis. In some cases, the performance doesn't matter too much if you're enjoying the vibe too much.
So essentially, the live performance doesn't matter.
No, depending on the artist, in my opinion.
I don't think it even depends.
I think there's an asterisk on depending on the artist.
I don't think there's as much emphasis on putting on a show anymore, personally. Because if there was, people would still do it. I think live shows now, especially in an era where it's streaming and people aren't necessarily making a lot of money from actually making music, going out on the road, going on tour, doing these live shows is more time your bread and butter. So if you are going to be on tour, if you're going to do a live show, you're not going to try and curate a particular experience for every crowd. It gets a bit tiring, and it's probably just easier to just let the beat flow, let the actual song go, jump around a little bit, and let people enjoy.
Boy.
So there are a lot of mitigating circumstances, but all in all, nah, man. But if you're a real hip hop head, then yes.
Yeah, when I went to go see Jay-Z live, if he didn't perform, I would have been fuming.
Do you know what though? I don't know if I would be. Because,
man, I'll be
no,
fuming.
we love Jay-Z songs so much that like
We'll just rock on no matter
yeah,
what.
if he's playing the bangers, we would just like rock on. I think maybe later on we'd start analysing these performances. Like, wait, hold on a sec.
I got bumped.
Jay weren't even that good.
No, but Beyonce, the one I went to, Beyonce killed it, so he had to.
But the good thing about Jay-Z is he's actually getting better as he's getting older in the performance.
Yeah.
Like, I only saw a couple clips of the B-sides concert, but he was killing it.
He's on that Frank Sinatra shit where like as you get older, you get
Smooth
better,
with
man.
it, innit?
Yeah, just smooth, innit? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you could say the same about someone like a Black Thought as well. Like, as they get older and get more seasoned, like, they just get better and better and better. And I think that might be the case of a lot of people from that generation. I think if we afford these people, these young acts, if they are around in like 10 years' time, then hopefully they will have taken on the performance aspect a lot more. I think if we give enough people, if we give this new gen the time to really develop themselves as artists, because I do feel like a lot of the time, like they're not really artists. They're just people who make music. So if they then make that transition to true artists who really take their music seriously and want to present the best version of it to people, then maybe then we'll start to see a difference in how they perform live. Maybe.
I agree.
But then they need to be around long enough anyway.
Fair enough.
So, Blueface, if you're still around, please take your art seriously.
Or your music.
Take the live performance seriously anyway. But yeah,
I think we kind of all agreed that I don't think it matters as much.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. But like I said, just on my personal opinion, if it always depends on the artist. That's just to me. Like I said, I'm not expecting. I don't know who I'm going to see next, but like, yeah, I'm going Murky first. I'm not expecting a heady one to give me a show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm expecting Dave or Stormzy to do really good, but I'm not expecting the same from a Fredo or more Stack.
I don't necessarily. You know what it is, and I'll end here. But I think the festival stage and let's say if you're booked for a festival, you're not necessarily going to put in as much as you doing your own headline show.
Because they paid to see you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You will take your headline show a lot more seriously than you would
No,
a festival set. Right. You know what I mean? So there's going to be more effort. There's going to be more hard work and blood, sweat, and tears put into the headline show to make it as good as it possibly can be, so that people remember it.
I agree.
You know, we still remember like Stormzy's Brit's performance.
How do you think Huss was?
Huss was good. Huss was really good, but that's because it was Huss.
Okay.
So I kind of put him in that skeptic
That no matter what they do.
You know what I mean? Because they've got so many bangers, it kind of doesn't matter. So
I feel you.
Well, now we're gonna do some fun, guys, and we're gonna basically hot ourselves up a little bit here, and basically talk about, because obviously we're massive hip hop heads, but we haven't all listened to
Every album in the world.
Every hip hop album in the world. It's kind of impossible to, you know what I mean?
Man.
So, kind of want to get into the albums that
we should have.
You are embarrassed to say you should have listened to but haven't.
I don't want to go first.
Oh, this should be fun.
Just an asterisk, yeah. This doesn't take away our hip hop card or nothing like that. We've listened
it might, depending on the choice.
We've listened to 98%. Listen, fam.
I don't know about that.
You've never watched. No, I'm just saying. You don't watch all Premier League games of the season, right?
Hey, man.
No, that's not the same.
But you still class yourself as a football head, don't you?
It's not the same.
Well, all right then, guys. I tried to cover it up.
Not the same at all.
Man.
Look, man, at the end of the day, my hip hop card is not being taken away.
I'm sorry, bro. Just because I never listened
Anyway.
to two albums, yeah, ain't no way some Tom, Dick, or Harry gonna judge me, fam.
Hey, man.
I feel you.
With that
What-
being said, I let one of you man start.
Why are you man so shook?
Because the one I'm gonna say,
Fine.
the one I'm gonna say might be. You know what? I'll start, man.
Are these classic albums or are they just albums that are essential for like certain artists?
I was gonna say an artist.
Both.
I was gonna say an artist who I've never really listened to a full album,
But you should have, though.
but I should have.
Just because of how revered either the album is
Or
or
the
the
artist.
artist.
Alright, cool. Who's the podcast named after?
MF Doom.
Yeah,
You've
Damn,
never...
son.
a whole album.
You never listened to an MF Doom
A
album?
whole like track 1 to 13.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
like it anyway.
Uh,
You wouldn't like it anyway.
You've never listened to a Doom
Nah,
album?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying, have I listened to the whole album of one of his albums? The only one I think I really listened to was, I forgot what it's called.
What album? So wait, what album haven't you listened to?
My friend, my point is, yeah, I haven't listened to a full MF Doom album. What does Cardi B say? Period. Period.
So what?
Period.
Out of his whole catalogue,
I haven't listened to a full MF Doom
you
album.
haven't listened to...
A full album, MF Doom album.
Damn.
Cool. I dare someone to judge me.
I'm judging you.
You know what? I don't even think you like an MF Doom album.
No,
to be
I'm
honest.
pretty sure I'm not cracking them. I'm pretty sure I've tried to, but you know how it is with me. If I try to listen to you once and then because I need to cover myself now, I've tried to listen to him. If I don't rock with it, I don't rock with it.
He's not for everyone. to
Yeah,
be
that's
fair,
my point.
man.
If I don't rock with MF Doom, I don't rock with MF Doom, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Only mask. Come on, man.
No,
Only
don't-
person I like wearing masks is Rey Mysterio.
This guy, bro.
That's all I care about, fam.
You got anyone else?
MF Doom's the main one, honestly. That I've because the podcast is named after him as well. So I thought let me just say it.
You don't really do alternative rap like that. Though,
You
innit?
know me, though. But I'm just saying, I think people that are listening, they might hear that I haven't listened to MF Doom. I think, what the fuck?
All right, so from like a street rapper's perspective, what street rapper that's prominent that you haven't listened to maybe one of their best albums?
Okay.
I haven't listened to.
When you man start that and I'll come back to
I
it,
haven't
innit?
listened to-
Because you man know that's what I listen to.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Cool. You man go and then I'll
Alright,
come back
I
to
haven't
it.
listened to any album by Jadakiss.
Come
Wait,
on,
what?
bruv. Are you mad?
I haven't.
Kiss the
Sorry.
Ring.
Nope.
Top 5 Dead or Alive.
No.
Cool.
I haven't listened to any
By the way, I
Jadakiss
shite like a motherfucker.
You've
bruv.
You
never
really did.
listened to a
You really did.
Jadakiss album.
Why am I getting a worse reaction than
Wait,
him listening
wait,
to
wait.
MF
You know,
Doom?
Jadakiss is in my top 5.
I know. I just haven't listened to a full album.
Kiss.
I've only listened.
He was
to,
my pick of the week.
I know. I've only ever listened to songs. I've never listened to full albums
Of Kiss.
of Kiss.
What about the Locks?
I listened to their first album.
Oh my.
I haven't listened to.
Yo, who picked this subject, man?
We're learning about each other today, aren't we?
Fam, you've never listened to a Kiss album.
No, not at all.
Legit
Why,
bad-
why are you looking at me like that, bro? Why is Peter looking at me like he doesn't want to be my brother anymore? Like, what's going on here, guys?
Because I know you. You were.
I thought this was a safe space.
No, it's
I thought
not.
this was a safe space.
Fuck the safe space. You were like, because I know you, bro. What's his first album called? It was called Kiss the Ring. Am I bugging?
No,
It was
Kiss the Game Goodbye.
Kiss the Game Goodbye. Bro, you will like that album. You will like Top 5 Dead or Alive. I know you.
Okay, but this is not to say that I won't like it. I just haven't got round to it. That's
You
it.
not got round
No,
to it. It's
you
been out
won't,
for-
you won't like Top 5 Dead or Alive. You like the first one, though.
No, you're right.
Look,
Because Top
You,
5 Dead or
you
Alive.
definitely like the first one.
I like Jadakiss as a rapper. I just haven't got round to him. That's it.
You've never listened to a Kiss
I
album.
don't not like him. I don't dislike him.
You've never listened to a Kiss album.
Never listened to a Kiss album.
But why, though?
But why?
Yeah.
Just haven't got around to it, man. That's it's simple as that.
But you've got around to.
It's as simple as that.
But you've
what?
got around to ass like that.
That was when I was younger, though.
heathen,
But that was when I was younger, though. That was when I was younger.
I'm upset, bruv.
Okay.
Kiss.
That's crazy.
Keep
bro.
that, keep
That's
that.
crazy.
Keep that.
That's absolutely crazy.
I've
to
got
me.
more to shock you, to be honest.
Oh,
Oh
my God.
my.
I've got more to shock you.
Go on.
No, wait,
Go on,
go
man.
on.
Oh, man.
Wait, do you want to come back or you want to finish it all? You want to unlock
I
the
mean,
whole
you can
chamber
go
now?
if you want.
Yeah,
wanna
go on, go
No,
on.
it's back to you.
My turn.
You're going round like a bitch now.
All right, cool. I've never listened to Outkast Stankonia
You're mad, fam. You're actually bugging.
Come on, man.
from front to back.
You're bugging.
I know.
Have
You of all people.
I know.
That is soulful hip
Am I a
hop.
dickhead
know.
though? Because when we was talking
I
about
know, I
what was the
know.
last episode, yeah? I was like, what's the great? And this guy said Outcast. Look how you are
Wait,
live.
you said Outkast are the greatest group,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you haven't listened
And
to
you haven't
Stankonia.
listened to-
You haven't listened to the host discography.
That's the only album I
Have you listened to Idlewild?
Yeah.
And you haven't listened to Stankonia? You're
Yeah.
bugging, bro.
Oh, you're a heathen.
You're bugging.
I know, man. I
You're
know.
bugging.
I
You're
know,
a
I
heathen,
know, I
fam.
know. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
But similar to you, I just never got around to it. And I think that's their probably most popular album, isn't it?
It's their most popular. It's not
Distraction and that.
by no means their best.
Yeah.
By no means.
Yeah, I've got no excuse for that, bro. I just never got around to it.
Mad thing.
I just never got around to it.
No, you're
I love So Fresh and So Clean so much, so I always had that on repeat.
That's it. So
But I
fresh, so
never,
clean.
but I never actually sat through the whole album.
All right, so far you're winning.
To be fair, there
So
are a
far
lot
you're
of,
winning.
There are a lot of skips on
We
that
agree with
album. So yeah, it's a bit mad.
Yo, P,
Yeah, I
so
know.
far you're winning.
He's winning.
Yo, he'll win.
He's definitely
I've got a couple more,
You're winning,
man.
you're
winning.
winning.
I got a few more, man.
I've
Mohammed?
got one that's a road, man. I've never listened to a full. Nah, you know, Flesh of My Flesh, DMX.
Don't finish that sentence.
I've never listened to the whole album.
Never listened to Flesh.
Wait,
of My Flesh.
what?
Whole album.
I haven't listened to that either, to be fair.
Wait, what? No, I'm done.
I've listened to-
I want to get out of it. man.
I've listened to It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
I've
But I-
rinsed that album.
you know what my problem
I'm saying the whole Flesh of
He
My Flesh.
released both of those albums in the same year.
does that
Man,
mean?
I was 6.
What does that mean?
Fam?
How do you not listen to
No,
them?
I'm saying it coming at the same time. I was 6 years old. It doesn't matter. Bro.
does that- yeah, what
I
does
got
that
back
mean?
to it when I was 15.
I don't know. It
fam.
sounded better in my head, to be fair.
Say it, fam. It came at the same time. Is it Christmas, bro?
Yeah.
So,
You know what my problem is?
I haven't listened to the whole of Flesh of My
I know
Flesh.
what my problem is. My problem is I'll listen to their first. I'm a bit weird like this. I'll always start with an artist's first album, not their most popular. And then even if I like it, for some reason or another, maybe I've moved on to something else. I just don't return back to that artist a lot of the time. So that's true of DMX. That's true of a lot of people, man.
Wait, so that's my one. So Flesh of My Flesh.
I've
That's my
never
one.
listened to.
Now it's your turn, Yemi.
I've not listened to in its entirety.
Oh boy.
Rick Ross, Rich Forever.
The mixtape.
Yeah,
Oh my.
I haven't listened to Rich Forever from
That's
front
not
to
too
back.
bad.
No, shut the fuck him up. Because on the last, I said I love Rich Forever might be my favorite mixtape after Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
You've never listened to.
Not front to back now.
So Triple Beam Dreams means nothing to you.
Yeah.
Rich
I mean,
Forever means nothing
Have
to
you
you.
heard that song though?
It did on God Forgives.
Fuck you means nothing
Wait,
to
did you hear Triple Beam
sorry.
Dreams?
Of course I did.
So fuck her means nothing to you.
Nah,
Oh my.
What about the song with John Legend? Rich Forever.
That's Rich Forever.
obviously yes.
All right.
What
But,
a
I
song
haven't- but front to back, I haven't.
So you've never the song of him and Kelly Rowland don't mean nothing to you.
No,
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't know he did a song with Kelly Rowland.
It's an amazing song on that mixtape. And I haven't even listened to that mixtape in a while. And I remember that song because Kelly Rowland's vocals were epic. Michelle was meant to be on there, but she
I don't think anyone's ever said that about Kelly Rowland's.
Going through clearing.
Michelle unfortunately couldn't make the flight.
Wow, wow.
You've never listened to Rich Forever.
I never listened to Rich Forever.
Cool, I know we're listening to in Cuba. I know we're
No,
listening to in Cuba.
you don't.
You're sitting through Rich Forever in Cuba.
You ain't got to do that though.
You have to.
Why not? Why?
That mixtape is epic. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
might have
bugging.
to let that one float with me.
Because you know what's annoying?
boy.
The one after that is trash. Like what was the one? The Black Bar Mitzvah. That mixtape was dead.
Yeah, I don't,
Rich
I
Fo-
don't even count that.
You know when I said to you I watched Rick Ross in concert? It
dope
was the
name for a
Rich
project.
Forever show.
Yeah.
I went to go see him in concert because of the mixtape. Like that mixtape's wavy. It's not Friday Night Lights, but it's epic.
Fair enough.
It's not Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to buy it. Pete, what you got?
Okay, let's not act like that.
I've never listened to.
Oh wait.
Do you know what? Mo, you let me off on this. I don't know how Yemi's going to feel.
Go on.
From front to back, I've never listened to an album of De La Soul.
Oh, mate.
Put me in that category, fam.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck outta here.
look, man,
I said De La Soul.
you're missing out, bro.
What did that do,
Yeah,
fam?
yeah.
Nah,
missing out.
do you know what? I've got all their albums. I just haven't pressed play.
See, that's madness. That's worse than you saying, "Oh, it's hell. It's dark and hell is hot and flesh and flesh dropped to the same day." But that's worse. That's worse.
I know, man.
You literally have them all the way down. You can listen to them
If you
front
go
to
onto
back,
my IG
album
right
to
now,
album.
you'll see them.
Mad thing. You're a free downloader, and you haven't watched this to those albums. Fool.
I know, man.
Mad thing.
Damn.
Well, yeah, missing out. Mo,
I'm
what
going
you
to get
got?
to it, though.
No, you're
I'm
not.
thinking.
What- all these albums, we're just gonna put them on a list for Cuba. That's it.
Actually, now I got one.
Oh, man.
And I don't think it's going to shock you lot. I still haven't got through to Black Thought's solo album.
I'm not even shocked by that.
No, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a new one anyway. So
Yeah, I'm just saying I haven't got... Because I know that's Pete's
it's
favorite.
not exactly a
So I was
classic,
thinking-
is it?
It's not even that. It's not even,
You know what I mean?
it's not even Rich Forever, fam.
I'm joking.
Like, you remember when you was talking about you say that how he trains himself to perform. It's not that hard on his 250 people.
Yo, Mo.
How much breath control do you need to have for 250?
This guy's disrespectful. Yo, bro, Mo, we're going to fight you. Man. I swear down.
Let's be honest, fam.
I swear
It's
down.
not like it's 1,000 people plus.
I need
bro.
us to get a lot of practice being on Fallon shows.
Yeah,
so,
do you know what I mean, bro? Dancing for the white man,
You
fam.
man are losers,
I
man.
mean, singing for the cracker ass cracker,
Swear
fam.
down, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
You man-
This can't be my goal. Can't be my goal.
But your
Man said at 8 p.m.
But your goat wears sandals.
8 p.m. Monday to Friday, he's got to be somewhere. Can't be my goal.
But your goat wears sandals and makes mediocre albums.
Fam. Man said be at Times Square 8 p.m. every Friday, Monday to Friday.
Hey,
Can't be my goal,
Mo
fam.
was really funny today, man. Fucking hell.
Anyway, but yeah, that's my one. Shout out to Black Thought, though.
Well, while we're on the subject of the roots,
No, yeah. Here we go. I
while
like
we're
it.
on the subject of the roots,
Gear it up.
I haven't listened to The Tipping Point.
That's not that shocking.
Yeah, I haven't listened to.
That's
I've
not
listened to Illadelph, Things Fall Apart, Phrenology, and then Undone and How I Got Over.
Yeah, that's Tipping Point's not one of their better ones, to be honest. So,
Pete, what's your one?
I think this is going to be my last one, and this is going to be my biggest one. From front to back, yeah. Yo, I think Yemi might have snuffed me for this.
Oh boy, you gonna say Tribe?
Nah, from
He
front,
can't say Tribe.
from front to back,
He'll
yeah.
diminish anything he stands for.
No. From front to back, I've never listened to Kanye West 808s and Heartbreaks.
All right, guys. No, wait. Thank you guys for coming listen to the podcast. It's been a great ride. It's all over now.
It's all over. Last episode.
fam.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I've heard songs,
You've never listened
but
to 808?
from front to back, I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Well, I mean, look, I harp on a lot about its impact.
Nah, chill.
Do I personally enjoy the album?
Yo, chill. 808's
No,
amazing.
do I personally enjoy the album? It's cool.
Yeah, but I
I
think,
give it like a 6 or 7.
but not listening to any Kanye West album is a bit mad.
Yo, listen. Come on, man. 808
Just because of how prominent,
Bro,
he
808 is
of an
dope,
artist.
man. 808 is dope.
I suppose.
Anyone here listen to Toll Play?
12 play.
I'll kill you.
Oh my
So,
yeah. Let's
ladies
move on.
and gents, we thank you very much for
No,
listening.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Up until
Wait, you got someone else?
up until very recently,
Oh, shit.
I had not listened to Jay-Z's volumes 1 to 3.
Nah.
I'm done.
Up until very recently.
I'm done. I've got no more. I'm done.
Why not? Why are you done? Yeah, man. Up until very recently.
Volumes
maybe,
1 to 3.
Yeah, maybe up until and the Dynasty as well.
Oh my
Yo.
day! So when me and Peter were rapping,
Headshot.
wait, hold on, because when me and Peter were rapping along to
Yo.
Dynasty, that's why he didn't say shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking dickhead,
Pretty much. 1-900 Hustlers, man.
bro. You never listen.
100.
You when you say you just listened to it, how recent are we talking?
End of last year.
Peter, that's your brother, fam.
End of last year.
I thought I was gonna be flagrant.
Why,
You man are
though?
wild with it, bro.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Again, man.
I know
it's
you're not
just
a
like-
massive J fan. I know that. but
Maybe
why?
okay. I think it was a part of me just not really caring for Jay-Z like that. Part of me not really getting around to it, and maybe part of me just deliberately being like, I don't know, this is better. I'm not gonna bother. Maybe it's that.
Arrogance.
I'm saying.
So wait,
arrogant.
you've sat through Nostradamus,
He sat for Kingdom
Street's
Come.
Disciples,
Relax. On
and you
Kingdom
haven't
Come.
listened to albums volumes 1 to 3.
I have now.
And you just listened to the Dynasty.
Yeah, I listened to them all like in the in within like a week of each
That
other.
hurts, man. That's this ROC, fam. Bangladesh team. Sorry.
Hey man, look, don't judge me.
Too late.
Don't. Hey, I've listened to him now. That's why I used Beat His Title. That's how I used it primarily for that. I used it primarily for
I
that.
feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So if you spotted activity on your thing,
I
it's like,
did, you know.
it was that one.
I think is there any more flagrant ones I can think of?
Hey man,
I've got no more, man.
is my one the worst one?
Yeah.
It's out of you two. The
Which
Outkast
one?
and
Jay-Z.
you said Jadakiss as well, fam. I
I
just
said
clocked.
Jadakiss
What
as
the
Yeah, that
fuck?
Jadakiss one's that's crazy.
No, you beat him. You've won.
Because I think
You've won.
because you like Jada, so that's why it's like, bro.
I
Yeah,
swear
but-
by Jada, bruv.
Yeah, I
He
know
gets
how you
busy,
feel about
fam.
Jadakiss, but
Jadakiss my guy.
It's your top 5.
and I don't think Yemi would be like, you know, a stan and listen to all these albums.
I don't
but-
mind that, but I know, like, the reason why we know why I haven't listened to MF2. I just won't fuck with it.
Yeah,
I genuinely think you'll fuck with Jadakiss' album.
yeah. Yemi's more well-rounded than both of us, so like,
Easily.
you feel me?
Like,
So
yo, I like what I like and you like what you
Yeah.
like. I'm not listening to that whole weirdo shit.
I haven't
yo,
listened-
Doom's like, if that's the thing, Doom's actually one of the nicest rappers though. Like,
But
bars.
yeah, I agree.
Forget all the
But
mask,
like, he's a weirdo.
but like his bars are like,
I'm never gonna deny
he's
that.
a barrer
I'm never
though.
gonna deny
Like.
that, fam. He's the second best that's come out of the UK.
after
I'm done
after
with
21
Mo.
Savage.
Oh, 21 Savage.
After 21 Savage.
After 21 Savage.
Feel
I'm
you.
done with Mo.
Let me-
Actually, wait, who can rap better? Retro or MF?
MF.
They go bar for bar though.
I'm sorry, because the way everyone here started laughing, you're like, I'm flagrant with that question.
MF.
Rich is nice.
MF.
We mention Wretch every episode.
Alright,
Yep.
cool. I'm trying to think, is there
That's
any
our
other
one per.
album?
That's
I've
our one
done?
per ep.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, is there any other album I've done?
I ain't listened to a full project by Joe Budden.
that's not too crazy, but you should.
You know, no, I've listened to it. I've sat through all of his mood musics.
New Music 3 is the best one to me.
I can see why.
Yeah,
I
that's
can see
dope.
why. His mood, he's
You like Joe Budden too.
You think he's got the best mixtape collection?
He's up there. Him 50.
Oh, I got another one as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Past Carter 3, I'm having listened to a full Lil Wayne album.
Oh, that's
You're not missing
I
much.
stopped at Carter 3.
You're not missing much.
Yeah,
You're
past
not missing much.
Past Carter 3, I haven't listened to a full Lil Wayne project, whether it's a mixtape or album.
I ain't listened to anything from Master P.
Neither have I.
Masterpiece.
Just checking.
I say, oh,
I'm just checking.
take that home, bro. Get the fuck out of here, fam.
I'm just.
I haven't listened to a full Mace project.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't listened to
You ain't
Harlem
listened to
World.
Harlem
I
World.
haven't listened to Harlem World from front to back.
You haven't listened to Harlem World, either of you.
No. That's
No.
your back. That's your
No.
back, bro.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? I feel no way.
You should.
Now
I said
do I.
Mace.
Now do
Mace. Let him go preach
Bro,
in the
that's
church,
crazy,
bro.
bro.
He's
Mace
really
was nice, you know.
Tell him go yard, bro.
Tell him go
This guy
preach,
said,
fam.
I was murder. P. Diddy made me pretty. So you ever heard 24 Hours to Live by Mace?
No. You know a song I like for Mace?
Jada's on that,
You know
though.
that song like by Mace?
What?
The one with him and Shine. If I start from scratch, I'll probably sound with
Oh,
Def
yeah,
Jam.
yeah.
No,
Fuck
fuck
that.
I must say,
Puff's the best man.
Plus someone.
Up until
Bad boy,
recently,
more like
I hadn't
a
listened
bad
to
man.
Shine's first album either.
That's fine. Though.
Shine was alright though.
This is a good album.
Bonnie and
Put
Shine's
more
hard, though.
niggas than Birdman. Nah, Shine was decent. Who else have I not listened to? Nah, Mace might be. Yeah, Mace have.
You should listen to Mace. though.
No, I shouldn't.
No, you should.
I've only listened to Day 26.
What about Welcome Back?
I like that song. Like that song.
You like Day 26?
Yeah. What, fam?
I love Day
I
26.
want you exclusive. Come on, fam. What?
What is going on here?
Yo.
So I don't like that. Listen to.
No, you're hard.
Oh, fam.
I like Day 26.
Daddy Kane had two bangers as well, you know.
Nah, I ain't going there, man. Nah. Yeah,
What?
Let's wrap this
I
up.
say-
Nah, yeah,
I
that's
say
it, man.
damaged.
I know.
When he mentions Danny E. Kane,
What?
Danny E.
Don't you
Kane.
even damaged, fam.
Nah, I
It
ain't
is so
talking about that.
damaged. Nah, Daddy Kane used to.
You
nah.
would like Danny E. Kane, wouldn't you?
Oh, listen, fam, what's the problem?
He would, didn't it?
Of course he flipping would. You listen to more Danny E. Kane than you have MF Doom. It's mad.
That's not.
Okay.
You don't see
Where do we
anything
go
wrong
from
with that.
here?
Okay.
You don't see anything wrong with that.
Nah.
feel
Fuck
you.
you, some fake Optimus Prime, bro. Tell him, get him off.
You need to relax, bro.
Yeah, you might not gonna make me be disrespectful, fam. Shout out to MF Doom. The podcast named after him, man. Wasn't my option.
Which is even more flagrant
Why?
because the podcast is named after him.
You might named it, fam.
Feel you.
I agreed, but he's not Rey Mysterio.
He's better than Rey Mysterio.
Who's that coming out the nurse?
He didn't rap that though. Rey Mysterio did not rap that. He didn't rap
Come on
that though.
now.
He didn't rap it though.
I said, rewind, Mr. Here we go. Nah.
He didn't rap it. Though.
What?
He didn't rap it.
What? Nah, Rey Mysterio bodies MF Doom.
He didn't rap that song.
You know who else bodies MF Doom?
He didn't rap that song.
You know who, whatever wrestler bodies MF Doom?
He didn't rap that song.
Did a Rock have a song with Wycliffe?
Oh,
It
shit,
doesn't
Man,
matter.
what? Yeah, he bodies MF Doom too, fam.
You're gonna say John Cena next, aren't you?
What? Come on,
That's a
fam.
banger though.
nah,
You can't
too
see me as a
far,
banger
too far,
though.
too far,
John
too
Cena-
far,
You
too
can't see me as a banger though. Come
You
on.
can't see me his album. And then that's why he
No.
freestyled.
Word life. This is basic thugonomics.
What? And then he freestyled for White Boy outside one day, fam. And he bodied that White Boy too.
He got an album.
Yo, shout out to John Cena.
I haven't listened to that John Cena album.
John
But I'm
Cena.
not too mad about that one. Can't see.
That's about it, yeah. Listen, I'm trying to think. The new school, who would you say you haven't listened to? Just quickly.
That we should have listened to.
Nearly
Yeah, that
all
we
of
should
them.
have.
I mean, you don't even have a you don't have a
Past
leg to
take,
stand.
yeah,
You don't have a leg to stand on. in this
Past
one.
take, you haven't listened to a full Drake album. Like front to back.
I wish I could say that.
I'm not surprised.
Like Views, I haven't listened to the whole thing. Maybe Nothing was the same, but I'm saying, what's his last album?
Scorpion.
Yeah, keep that. I haven't listened to that whole album. I haven't.
No, he should.
I don't think that's wild though. Have you listened to the whole album?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's a
you know what I
Drake
mean?
fan.
Have you listened to the whole album? The whole of Scorpion.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, that's you, man. I've listened to maybe 12 songs and I checked.
No, I just wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see if it was as amazing
you gone
as
back to
people thought. Hell no.
That's Peter's favorite word. Have you gone back to the album?
No way.
Okay.
That is your favorite word, though.
That's favorite shit, fam. Have you gone back?
Have you gone back, Peter?
So what?
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Yeah, a couple times.
Front to back.
Nah. I listened to most albums once and then like I picked my favorite songs.
Peter, you listened to KOD yet?
Yeah, of course I did. I listened to it when it came out.
All right, cool. That's right.
Average.
I didn't ask you for that all of that.
I'm letting you know though. Average.
So the more of the
You
story
know J. Cole's
is-
not my dad, right? All right, cool with it.
Yeah, but that's your bestie, man.
Okay.
So the more of the story is we should all be pretty ashamed of ourselves.
I don't feel like I need to be.
Who's the worst one though?
It's Peter. It's heavy.
It is, isn't it?
Jadakiss and Jay-Z?
Yeah, that's
Come on.
wild.
But does Jay-Z count if I've already listened to him now?
Yeah, because you only did that like
Yeah, you only
like
done it last
week.
year.
Was that
But I'm saying, like, who's named
the end of last year?
who's named the most flagrant people? It's definitely you.
Yeah,
and
you
I feel
got two. Yeah, you got two.
I feel like you're
heavyweights.
second.
Yeah, I am. I'll take that.
Actually, are you?
Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah,
second.
you're definitely second.
Outcast.
Who did I say? MF Doom. Flesh on my flesh.
You should listen to that though.
What, Flesh on my flesh?
Yeah, it's a dope album.
I'll go back to it at some point.
And you should listen to like Jada.
It just
Yeah, no,
shows
I
me-
genuinely want
it
to.
just-
Stars P makes better albums, but that first one, yeah,
Does he?
Jada was on
Does
something.
he?
I haven't listened to a Styles.
But Stars,
P
yeah,
album.
I think Stars P makes better albums than Jadakiss.
I haven't listened to a Styles P album.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, because if you don't listen to Jada, you won't listen
Yeah,
to
then
Styles
you
P.
won't. Jada's probably a little bit more.
No point
accessible.
listening to Sheik.
Yeah,
No point.
I would
No point at
agree.
all.
Actually, no, I'm not
Sheik.
disrespecting Sheik.
I
No,
guess,
that's my guy. No point.
I guess the one comfort I can take from this whole thing is that we all still have a lot of work to do on our
Hey,
hip hop
man.
knowledge.
Who has listened to it? Everyone. Man.
You be-
Old heads.
I think our older brother.
How old is he?
33.
There you go.
But even he's still probably got.
Yeah, but he's busy, man. like,
I get
all
why
busy.
he's this to everyone. But I get why he's this to everyone.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because we went to his house like 3 weeks ago. This guy was listening to Little C's.
I've never listened to Little
This
C's.
guy was rapping.
Yeah, I've never listened to
He was
Little
rapping
C's.
Little C's bars.
I got someone.
I didn't understand it.
I don't think I listened to a whole Little Kim album either.
Neither have I.
Same.
Yeah, just because we talk about Junior Mafia.
I didn't listen to that Junior Mafia album.
For what?
Fair
All
enough.
right, there we go.
Yeah, man, we still all got a lot of work to do. We're still young. You know what I mean?
You're flagrant.
It's gonna be. I'm
You're
fine.
flagrant, fam.
Fine.
Yeah, that's crazy,
I'm
bro.
flagrant.
Flagrant.
I'm sorry, bro. I haven't listened to a Snoop Dogg album since Doggy Style. Am I missing anything?
No,
Nah.
Okay, cool.
because neither have I.
Fair enough.
Actually, no. Rhythm and Gangster's a good album.
You would know that, innit?
Feel you.
Riverman Gangster.
I will definitely not check
It's
that
got
out.
that tune. Ups and downs, smiles and frowns.
Oh, that was like,
Fairy tales of it.
that's like 06 or something like that.
Yeah, that was
Nah,
a
you
good
sing it,
album.
yeah?
Did that have Signs as
That's
well?
how it goes.
Science.
I feel like I was that same period.
Yeah, that
with
was- I
Charlie
just
Brown.
sang Signs.
Charlie
That was-
Wilson.
Oh, yeah, do you know who else bodies MF Doom? Afro Man.
Yo, cut this off. Man.
All right, so
I said
la-
Colt 45
ladies,
and two
ladies,
zigzag.
ladies
Baby,
and gentlemen,
that's all we need.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of episode 8. We may never come back thanks to that comment from Mo, but
It's all
hey,
bad. It's all bad. It's all bad.
it's all better. Feel you. But yeah, thank you for tuning in once again. And yeah, man, I guess we'll see you next time.
See you next time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man. And also, this is something that we haven't done for a flipping while, but we need to start doing. We need to start plugging our socials, guys. So,
Yeah.
I never even thought about that, you know?
you know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah, it's
Right.
been kind of mad. I haven't really thought about it. It's only listening back to other episodes. I'm like, right, we didn't shout ourselves out.
Yeah, I need to plug my socials.
You don't have socials.
No, let Peter go first.
All right, go. What's your
You lot can email me. Email me at pabiade20@gmail.com.
So wait, not even the podcast email.
Fam, this
My
guy
personal
said,
one,
this
innit?
guy said you can email me.
They've got your personal Instas where they can get in touch with you.
Are you not getting Insta?
Nah, man. I'm probably going to J Electronica the thing, you know.
You're not making a comeback?
Probably not.
I said, don't call it a comeback.
I've been there for years.
I've been here for years. He's not been here for years. He's not. He's been in the wilderness for a
So
very
you got no
long time.
socials to plug?
Nah, but you can email me though.
No.
No one is emailing you.
What's emailing you at all?
Who's gonna email you?
Hey, man, people might want to email
Someone
me.
gonna email you beats.
Talk to the guard.
Are you gonna feel special if someone emails you beats?
Nah, not really. I'll probably ignore that shit.
What's the point of people emailing you then?
No, if they're sending me beats, I'll ignore it. But if you actually got something like you want to talk
Yeah,
about,
by the way, yeah,
I might be able to help.
I think man kind of need to stop that too. But anyway, I need to stop emailing us.
Anyway, guys, you can reach us on Instagram at RhymesDimesPod. That's RhymesDimespod. It's the same app on Twitter and Facebook. Search SoundCloud, Rhymes Like Dimes Podcast. We are there. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Apple Podcasts.
all major platforms.
All that stuff. And yeah, man, just if you want to keep in tune with what we're doing, we've got an amazing Instagram page. We do One Got Goals. We do Tracks of the Week. We even have a one-off segment where Peter really wishes he could rap, and then he does his rap quotable of the week, which I think I'll bring back.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
to.
we need to, innit? It's been a while since I spat bars in the group though.
True. But you need to start doing it again.
Yeah,
that
well-
further we'll have the rap quotable.
Yeah,
There we
we'll
go.
do.
Shout out to the source for that one. So yeah, that's how you get in touch with us. And hopefully you do. So until the next time, we will bid you adieu. And yeah, see you then. Peace.
Love life.